The theoretical framework, a blueprint for conducting research. What is a theoretical framework? If you're new to research, you may not be familiar with this term or may not understand how the theoretical framework can support your research and inform your topic. First and foremost, the theoretical framework is a theory related to your topic that you resonate with. It supports your perspective of your topic and can even shed new light on how you understand your topic of research. It also helps connect you to your study. You can use it as a lens as you begin to develop your study. It also announces to the reader your perspective on the topic and supports your rationale for your study by assuring that your study is informed by established theory and research. In other words, having a theoretical framework lends credibility to your study. The theoretical framework serves as a blueprint for your study, and it helps guide your work throughout your doctoral project or dissertation. It helps you frame your research questions and your literature review. It supports the development of interview questions of your participants and informs the data analysis process. Finally, it guides your conclusions and findings. In other words, the theoretical framework supports alignment of the study from beginning to end. So theories are not just big concepts that academics like to talk about. Theories were developed by everyday people working in the field who observed patterns in their work and in the world around them. In a social setting, theories describe behaviors and outcomes. So when a certain event or behavior occurs, the theory predicts the outcome or results. Patterns become hypotheses that are tested in the world, and after a lot of testing, there's general agreement that yes, there are indeed predictable behaviors, and here's the theory that supports these predictions. So basically, theories help us make sense of our world and help us predict and prepare for what's to come. Let's take an example of a theory, Lave and Wenger's situated learning theory, and see how that works with our conceptual framework. The situated learning theory states that true learning must occur in the real world in authentic settings, that you can't really learn from a book. Instead, you have to go into the real world and practice your new knowledge and apply it in the real world. Also, because we're social beings, learning best happens through interaction with other people. To learn, people need to share their perspectives and to talk about what they know and understand, to learn from others, and not just instructors, but also from peers. Now we can take that and develop our research questions. So, for example, research questions might be something like, what are strategies used by educators to provide learning based in the real-world settings? What are strategies used by educators to support cooperative or collaborative learning? In the literature review, you also want to speak to your theory. So in addition to talking about your topic, you want to describe the theory, including where that theory came from, who originated it, and the historical background. You also want to talk about what is the research that demonstrates this theory in action that is both current, but also what was the original research. So how does this theory apply in contemporary settings today? You also want to provide examples of programs or applications that have been grounded in this theory. Essentially, you want to demonstrate to the reader that the body of knowledge based and grounded in this theory is still relevant and current and applies to your study. Now you're ready to maybe collect your data and put together your interview questions of your participants if you're conducting a qualitative research. So you might want to ask your participants, what are cooperative strategies that you're using in the classroom? How are you connecting learners to real-world activities? How are your learners responding to these strategies? And finally, in your findings and conclusions, as you analyze your data, you're going to discover that your data also reflects the theory. You'll see connections in your data to the themes and patterns that revolve around your theory. And so your findings and conclusions may support or refute the theory. You may want to find out what components of the theory are highlighted by your data. You might find connections there. And you also want to discuss how your findings inform other researchers and educators. So the theoretical framework supports you in your research questions, your literature review, your interview questions, your data analysis, and your findings and conclusions. It's the blueprint for your study. So I hope that was helpful in helping you understand what a theoretical framework is. Thank you.